Hi everyone. Okay, well, I wanted to start by lighting my beautiful guardian angel candle because with everything going on right now, we all need some light brought into the darkness. And here it is. So remember that even though we're going through so much right now, remember that the light is here and the light is continuing to work with us. Sorry, Benny's chomping on his feet over here. But to know that the light is still brought into the darkest of places. I'm going to move that over. It's been such a difficult time with everything that's happening to Mother Earth. And she really needs our prayers right now. And even though the light is here and working with us, the remnants of everything, the fires, the storms, everything that's happening on earth at this time, this is not an easy time. People losing their houses, losing their jobs, everything that's happening. And yet this is the time we came here for. We came here to make a difference. We came here to go up against this darkness and be the light that we all are and really move into the light. So this is a good time to recommit and to remember why you're here. It's not about the things you can buy. It's not about anything else but being in service and being your best self to everyone you meet. And, you know, I always get accused of being like a Cinderella or airy fairy, and not true. We want to be in a place where we are leaving a little bit of light behind. So when you think of being your best self, what would that look like going into some places? What would it look like? You go into the grocery store, people are complaining that they're out of something. Are you going to join in on that? Or are you going to be in a place of, holding a higher example? I remember a long time ago, somebody said to me, what would it be like if you knew there was a master standing next to you? How would you be? Would you be saying the same things? Would you be swearing? Would you be, gossiping? All of this. Well, there is a master standing next to us, quite a few of them. So we need to remember this at this time and just leave a little bit more energy than we're taking from everything on this planet, be it nature, be it the people, be it the animals, whatever it is. Allow ourselves the time to be our best self. And as we move through these months, I can't believe it. We're already in October. As we're moving through October and getting ready to go into the winter months, we have to just hold firm, hold tight. This is not the time to let everything go. So with that, I think we'll get right into our cards. So today, for the second week of October, I'm going to start with the Cryon deck. I feel like spreading them today, so let's spread them down and see which one wants to come. We got two. The first one is healthy life force. Every single cell in my body is a part of my divine self. My cells carry the light of the Creator, sacred, blessed, and glowing with healthy life force. So the first one is very clear. I think what they're saying is that this is affirming that we are, we have good health and everything. And my feeling for this is that with everything happening, the quality of the air, with all those fires and everything that's been happening on Mother Earth, we have to affirm. Our cells have memory. Our cells have input. So when we start thinking about, being in that place of, I'm healthy. I am healthy. Anything you put I am in front of connects you with spirit or God. So just remember that. Don't be saying I am tired. I am healthy. I feel great. I am the divine. And as we talk to ourselves, that creates the results. Okay. The one that was stuck to it says, life of joy. I am alive in the years that matter. I have existed through the ages to be here right now, living a life of joy. Well, doesn't that just kind of talk to or speak to what I was just saying? That we have come this far to be here right now. There is no accident to who's alive, who isn't, who's on this earth right now. And it has big letters around the word now. We are here to be here right now. And, interesting enough, you've heard the quote from Rumi, be here now. That's all we have is now. So stay present. Don't be worrying about what's coming down the pike. Don't be worried about what already has happened. Stay present. Talk to yourselves in the most perfect way. And what can you do that brings joy in the moment this week? That's what you want to do. Okay, I'm going to Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen Farmer. Even love the picture on the back side of it. The crane, it's beautiful. So Spirit, what would you like to speak to us about for the up and coming week? Interesting, we got Camel. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. Look at the camel. Boy, that speaks to me. Not to worry about having a shortage of resources or whatever. There it is. Sometimes it feels like you're journeying across a vast, lifeless desert that stretches beyond the horizon with no end in sight. Traipsing across this seemingly barren landscape before you, your thirst for comfort and solace during these times can most readily be satisfied by looking into your inner resources. All the experiences you've had in your lifetime, the challenges you've successfully faced, and the wealth of knowledge that you've accumulated can be called on to not only cope with any type of adversity that presents itself, but to help you move forward with the courage and determination. First, identify where you want to go, and then proceed slowly, steadily, and deliberately toward that objective. As you move along, cut away your fears, your doubts, and hesitations whenever they arise, letting the four winds lift them up to the sun to be burned away. Raise your mind and heart and know that all is well and that you're protected at all times. Call upon those helping spirits who have assisted you up until this point in your journey. You have what it takes and you will get through this. I love that. We need to hear that. It feels like we're at some kind of halfway point and we really need to hear that. So the camel, think of the camel. The camel is able to store water inside of himself. He can go long distances without a lot of water. All these things that the camel does, it goes out on the desert and, his feet can adjust to the sand, the hot sands and all that. So it's perhaps what I'm getting out of this is that not only are we going to be okay resource-wise, we have to get clever about how to get through things. And I love this because it says, you know what to do. The camel is very resourceful. And so we have to be too. We've been sitting on our cushy tushes for so long, knowing that if I want something, I just go to the store and get it, or I order it online and there it is. Well, it's not been as easy as that. So here we are in a place that it's important for us to remember how far we've come And if we're inconvenienced a little, get creative about doing things a different way. Okay. Wisdom of Avalon by Colette Byron Reed. Ooh, the bee. Luck, industriousness, and sweet victory. It's important to remember that not all, we tend to classify everything that looks like a bee as a bee, and that's not true. Bees are separate from wasps, and wasps are the ones that sting and are nasty and everything. Bees are not. Bees are helping to pollinate our whole planet, and it's important. Okay, so the bee, let's see what that has to say. When the bee buzzes onto your path, it's a reminder that with hard work and a firm commitment to building your dream, a sweet outcome is assured. The bee is a symbol of good luck, so expect miracles in your life and that they'll be victorious and sweet. Remember that you also create your own luck. That is, effort is essential as you progress along your path in order to make your dreams a reality. The bee is an industrious, busy creature that's always making honey. The bee gets busy and that honey will soon be yours. The bee is always a fortunate omen. Not the wasp. The wasp is a stinger. The bee brings us luck. It knows how to survive. So here's a couple things. The camel and the bee, both knowing how to survive the best they can, storing things up in the hive with honey to feed all. So that's interesting, and being available to the queen. So this week, we have to know that things are turning for the better. And even if this lasts a while, we're going to be okay. The next one is Divine Dog Wisdom cards. I love these cards. I think they're so fun, except for my hands are not big enough for these cards. Okay. Ooh. So the card we got, is Passion. Do what you love. Look at the dog fetching the bone in the water and bringing it back. So it looks like this week is going to be a good week, just looking over this. Let's read what they have to say. If you fetch this card today, it means it's time to get clear about what you really love, what matters most, and let that be the life you live. It's time to focus on what would be most ideal for you. Perhaps you've reached a point where the lust for life and zest is living is draining away and no longer knows what gets you leaping out of bed in the morning, or you have so many balls in the air you're not sure which one to keep chasing. You may be unsure that will lead to the most satisfaction and keep you in play, or what will take you further away from what you really have. Passion is what makes life worth living, and living a passionate life is an ongoing process of making decisions based on the one that gives you the greatest joy, then going out and doing more of that. Over time, some of your passions may change and some will remain the same, but whatever they are, they can become your faithful guidance in the dog days of summer. I wish we were still there. Or any season of your year or your life when you continue to sit up, take notice, and take off after those relationships, creative endeavors, business pursuits, and any other activity that keeps you salivating. I love this. This card invites you to quit following your tail and wholeheartedly jump into a bigger wave that can carry you to a new shore. Into a new shore, new opportunities, and new expressions of your own. When you do, you'll find yourself buoyed up with support and resources you might never have expected. So there you are. Isn't that amazing? So, we're getting bored. We're in our mind half preparing for winter, thinking, oh God, what if everything's shut down? I have to be inside over the winter. Winter's bad enough. And instead, what if we focused on creating something new? So many people with COVID have made the best out of it and have really lost weight, created new business parts, or created a new business altogether, health regimens, whatever it is. And this is saying, do what you love. So if you haven't found out what's most important to you, find out. And this week looks like it's going to be a great week for doing that. And the last card is from the Goddess deck, Colette Byron Reed, Goddess Power Oracle. Doesn't want to come. Bridget, Creative Spark. So we've got quite a message going on here. Everything is about creativity, get going, all of that. Just give me a second here. Inspiration and imaginations are yours to play with right now. You effortlessly connect to your inner creative spark and make meaningful and beautiful experiences for yourself and others. Take advantage of this fruitful time. When you are so in tune, it's like taking a magical trip to the land of the fairy, where all the glitters really is gold, and your life seems like a grand artistic gesture. The fairy Celtic goddess of creativity calls you to play in the artistry of your life, your work, and your love. Bridget is whispering her sparkling music deep in your soul. Are you listening? Message. Sometimes you get into a creative slump and you feel frozen in midair, unable to move in any direction. Perhaps you are unsure of the next step with someone new, or a project becomes a looming, I don't even know this word, behemoth in your mind, or you can't think of anything to say in a social moment. Maybe you think all your best ideas are gone. Bridget offers you the alignment task of moving your attention away and remembering what it's like when you were little, when your finger painted and you drew stick figures and played with your pals in the sandbox or playground. What moved you and lit you up then is what is being called for now. Don't take yourself on your current conditions too seriously. It's time to be free from the burden of expectation you've set upon yourself. Don't try too hard. The triple goddess of the hearth, the forge, and inspiration brings all her aspects together to help you sparkle. So, love this, because first thing that calls out is the color of the berries reminds me of fall. So here we are in this beautiful time, and to get outside and be creative, going for a walk, looking at, I love going around and seeing all the acorns and the leaves and pine cones that have dropped, all the natural world. And many of you do crafts, and this is a great time to collect up some of the natural supplies and use them. So it looks like you've got a week, or we've got a week, where we need to be aware and grateful for our health. And then we have to go into the messages, find our joy, know we have the resources to do it, and stop perpetuating all the negative and get excited about doing something. And then once you're there, pull the trigger and do it. I've been having a lot of fun with my fairy ring. Some of you have seen it advertised that I'm doing sessions in the fairy ring, and some of you have participated, and I've gotten great feedback from those of you one-on-one that came to participate and really enjoyed it. It was like getting in touch with our inner child again, and how often do we do that? So I just felt my only sadness was that I didn't put this together back in the spring so I could have enjoyed it all summer, but I'm still enjoying it right now, and that's what's most important. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Remember that your angel is right beside you. So ask for help where you need it. Send them where it's needed, and know that we're going to have a grand week.